Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. A shout out to drone enthusiasts everywhere, and as always, a shout out to all of my friends at the Drone Seekers. Hey, so what we're going to do today is the first flight of the Skydio 2. Now, I'm out at Heroes Park in Meridian, kind of a place that I like to go for my first flights, mostly because I'm familiar with it, etc. I've got the controller with me today, and that's how I plan on flying the Skydio 2. This is my first time firing it up, so you know there's liable to be a few stumbles here and there, but you guys are going to get to see it right along with me. So yeah, we'll just take it out, and we're not going to do anything crazy today. I have no electric skateboard, I have no one wheel, I don't have anything like that, so you know, it's just going to be, I've been out here and I've done some obstacle avoidance stuff with the DJI Mavic 2 Zoom. We might try some of that if we've got enough time on the battery. Michael Barrington did an excellent review where he talked about you get about 15 minutes out of these batteries, so I think that's what we can expect. I've got the controller, I'm just going to fly around and I'm going to get used to flying it. We'll do our usual droney and that kind of thing, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So I'm gonna take off from the landing pad. I also hope to land on the landing pad. I'm right here next to the picnic shelter at Heroes Park, so I'm kind of interested to see what the obstacle avoidance stuff does when it takes off. Will it just hover? Will it instantly move away from that stuff? I don't know, but we're gonna find out, and we're gonna find out together. All right, let's get this thing off the ground. Okay, so you can see it's trying to connect to the drone, and I'm not having much luck. I had this happen earlier when I was at the house, so it should connect immediately. I'm gonna get out of the app, shut the app down, and open up the app again. So clearly it's finding the drone. Yeah, okay, so that got us going. So it says ready to fly and fly now. What I'm going to tell you is what the instructions say is to turn off Wi-Fi. So I don't know if they meant Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and wireless, so I just shut them all down. They said that the Wi-Fi can interfere with it, so you want to remember that when you're flying your Skydio. So we are going to click into Fly Now. And it says it's starting the Skydio autonomy engine. Now that's cool. And hold to take off. But first I want to look at, look to controller. Height floor is on. I'm going to leave that on for now. They say you can change that. So gimbal sensitivity is at 10%. And I'm going to leave the flight sensitivity at default. Just because I've never flown it before. So we'll try 10% gimbal. Well, you know, what do I know? I haven't flown it before, so let's just leave that as it is. But it did say that's one thing to check. Looks like we're on 4K video, and everything's on auto, so I think for our first flight, 4K 30 frames per second HDR is off. I'm thinking that's good. H.264 for the codec. Yeah, 93% battery, it's saying at the top. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that would stop us from taking off, and I don't think there is. I'm going to see if I can, once it takes off, we want to check and see, does it immediately move away from this picnic shelter because of the obstacle avoidance? I want to get some pictures of it hovering. We'll do that with this guy, and then we'll do our usual droney, and then we'll just fly it around a little bit, and if we have enough battery time, we'll try some of the autonomous modes. So all I need to do is hold the takeoff button to start it, so we're going to do that right now. So this is my very first flight with the Skydio 2. Am I nervous? Yeah, I am. Whoop, I didn't hold it long. Oh, it says unsafe to launch. It's in too confined of an area. So that answers our question. It recognized that it was too close to this thing. So I'm going to move it out a little ways, move it out onto the grass, and we'll try again. Okay, yeah, you can see that on the... So So let's go back. Unsafe to launch. I'm not in that confined space area anymore. Well, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut down the app and start over. I don't know what that's about. Why I couldn't get off that page. Surely I'm far enough away from everything where it's at right now. So let's fire it back up. It's connecting, calibrating, it says. Well, it's kind of an auspicious start. I kind of wondered about that. So ready to fly. We're going to click fly now. Starting the autonomy engine. Yeah, so hold to take off. So let's try this one more time. We're going to hold to take off. It's spinning the props. So there you have it, kids. First takeoff. So I'm going to start the GoPro here. Yeah, it's recording. So I wondered if it would fly away from us or not as I got closer to it with the GoPro. So let's see if we can drop it down a little. So that was a little lower than I wanted to drop it, but anyway, let's get in close with the GoPro. And I think as long as we're hovering there, it is moving around a little. Yeah, so it was moving back, I believe, from the GoPro. So, all right, enough of that. Okay, so we got a little GoPro footage, and what we usually do is an up and away. So I'm going to move this camera because we want to go towards the corner. Sorry about that. Problems with towards the corner of the park. See if I can bring it around for us. Kind of getting used to the controls here. I'll take my other glove off. That's bugging me. So let's just do our usual backwards and up. So backwards and up. So that's full throttle. So I stopped right there. So let's see if we can drop the camera. I got to tell you, the video on the FPV looks really good. Man, oh man. So, okay. Let's bring her back down a little bit and in. So speed-wise, when we were reversing there, you saw it didn't go backwards very fast. So I noticed it doesn't hit the brakes real hard. Pick up the gimbal a little bit. Yeah, so I've got that set on 10%. I'm noticing on the FPV screen that it's giving me a plus sign. So I think it would actually follow me if I wanted it to. So what the heck? We probably got nothing to lose. Well, we got a bunch of folks in the park here. The park was just dead empty when I first got here. And of course, as soon as you pull in, all of a sudden it seems like here comes everybody. So yeah, let's back off here. We're burning some battery, so let's back off and let's fly it around just a little bit. I want to get used to the controls a little. So I don't know if I was hitting the paddle there, but it looked like the gimbal was moving around just a little bit. I would say our horizon is just a tad crooked, not terrible. Speed-wise, obviously we don't have telemetry on here yet, so we don't know exactly how fast we're going, but I can tell you it's not super speedy. So let's run out to the corner of the park. It's kind of what we're kind of doing here is looking at the video quality, and quite frankly, I'm just getting used to how it flies. So I'll have to look at the defaults. I mean, I'm telling you, speed-wise in here, it's no speed demon. So there's the corner of the park. We're just going to stay within the confines of the park here. And there's some people running around, so I want to be a little bit careful, but we'll do some follow me. Okay, let's bring it back to us. So let's hit that speed boost button and see what happens. So I'm hitting speed boost 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Oh, that makes a difference, doesn't it? That was noticeable. So I'm bringing it down and into us. Whoops, overcorrected there a little. Okay, so I'm going to start it following me. So let's go front. So it should move around in front of me. Boy, look at it. It hauls the mail, guys. Let me tell you. And it went right in front of that tree there you saw. So it's nerve-wracking, man, watching this thing fly around these trees here. So I'm going to turn around the other way, and let's see what it does. There's some people running around the park here, and so I'm trying to stay away from them. What I don't want to do is bug anybody. So let's walk around the other way. So these folks went a different direction. So I'm walking straight towards a tree. Let's see what it does. And it sees it. This is phenomenal. This is like no other drone you've ever seen. So there's a lot of stuff here. I'm right back by the picnic shelter, and it just went right by that. I tell you, I was out here all by myself, and now all of a sudden there's a bunch of people around and cars. So I'm reticent to walk around there too much, because I don't want to freak people out. So I noticed on the app I can increase the height. Let's try that. So it did. What's interesting is watching it. I like having it in front of me because I can watch what it's doing. This is amazing technology, folks. So we're down to about 47% battery. I don't know how long we've been filming here. You know, any other drone would have a timer on there and tell you how long you've been filming. This does not. It's just, it's got me. Let me walk towards this tree and see what it does. No, it's not going to do it. I'm going to walk around the tree here. And look, it just went around it. Okay, I'm walking right towards the light pole. So I'm going to move it out a little bit in range. Unbelievable. This is phenomenal. So we're kind of in an open area here. I see a helicopter off to our distance. He's way above us. Let's go to the right of us. So as soon as I start moving, yeah, it'll move to my right. And just follow me from the side. Holy cow. So I'm walking right towards another tree here. And it went right around it. Okay, I pushed it to my back now so it'll be behind me. So you guys can see what it does here. This is phenomenal stuff. I can tell you that my DJI Mavic 2 Zoom would struggle. It would lose me in this kind of a situation. So what I want to do now is I'm going to walk in between these two trees up here and this light pole. You guys can't see them yet, but you will. So it's going to have to thread the needle a little bit. So let's see what it does. So I'm walking between two trees with a light pole in the middle. I'm not seeing the drone. I can see it's kind of behind the light pole there. It's looking for a way around. There, it found it. That was really cool. Oh my goodness, guys. This is like nothing I've ever seen. Now what happens if I walk underneath the picnic shelter here? What's it gonna do? I know because I don't have the height thing set, it'll probably go above. No, it's going underneath. Wow. Wow, so as soon as it got out from under, that is insane. Oh, that was pretty wild. Okay. So, let's see. It says the SD card is full on my camera. So, give me a second to delete some files. I did that the last time I was out too. Okay, I need to get the camera going here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so for some reason while I was doing that, the controller disconnected. I noticed that the drone moved, so I don't know what's going on there. Don't know why that is. So I don't know why we lost connection there. So while I was messing around deleting files, it lost connection. So we're going to do a return to home. I see we're getting down on battery. So let's see how accurately it lands. It's down to 11%. Yeah, and it's hold to land, it says. So it's not so hopefully that was caught on camera. So I did a hand catch there, which was really easy, so I'll know to do that. It was low on battery, and it was pretty clear it wasn't going to land right on the landing pad where it took off. So I don't know about precision landing. That's something I'll have to look into. Anyway, let me get everything shut down, and we'll talk about what's going on. Okay, guys, I'm probably going to make a fool out of myself, but I was reading the instructions on how the easy way to connect this is, and they say you just find the little spot in here that it fits into, and then find the middle, which is easier said than done as I'm trying to hold it in front of the camera. But yeah, I think, whoop, I guess I didn't have it in there all the way. See, I told you I'd make a fool out of myself. Okay, one more time. There we go. I could feel it click in that time. I guess I probably wasn't holding it up high enough, but anyway, I could feel it click in. So then you just simply push down. Although I will say, yeah, this side just was a little bit higher. Yeah, so there it goes. So that wasn't too bad. I did kind of make a little bit of a fool out of myself there, but you gotta, I guess what I'd say is make sure that that's pushed all the way down, and then you just push the rest of the gimbal down over the top of it. It works pretty good. Okay. I'm going to say successful first flight. Now, did we have a couple issues? Yeah, I mean, I kind of stumbled a little bit. That first connection, had to restart the app. That did the same thing to me at home, but the second time I fired the app up, it connected right away. When we first tried to take off, I was too close to things here. It wouldn't take off. That's great. The only thing that was weird about that is I didn't see how you get back to the, once I moved the drone and it was away, how do you get back to that first page? I ended up doing the old reboot. I just simply shut down the app and fired it back up again and reconnected, which is not the most elegant way to do it, and I'm sure there's got to be another way. That's something I'll have to figure out. But once we did that, I thought the drone acquitted itself pretty well. You know, still learning how to fly it. I mean, every drone feels a little bit different, and this one absolutely does. We got some close-up or some hover pictures with the GoPro 8 wide-angle lens on there, so I can't exactly call them a close-up, but we did get it hovering, and we did our usual droning. One of the things I noticed is I was gaining height faster than I was reversing it, so speed, I'll have to look in the settings in here and see if just the default speed can be increased. Then we just kind of flew it around a little bit, and we tried the boost mode, and that boost is something else. You guys saw it on screen. It comes back pretty fast. And then, you know, what else are you going to do with the Skydio? You got to try the follow me functions and the obstacle avoidance, and you saw me walking around here. It was pretty cool. I mean, every time, you know, it would take a little different track through all the trees and so forth. The one that I liked the best was going through the two trees that had the light pole in the middle, and it had to think about it for a while, but then it's found its way, and boy did it get moving once it finally did. Now, when I walked underneath the picnic shelter here, I thought with the height floor, which I think is 8 feet, so this thing must be well over 8 feet high. This must be about 10 feet high. So it flew underneath the picnic shelter. But as soon as I got out to the other side, it was amazing how quickly it gained altitude. But then when I came back, I noticed that the Canon M50, what happens is the SD card was full. It happens to me all the time because what I do when I get home is this thing will automatically upload via Wi-Fi to my computer. So I just turn it on, it uploads. Then as soon as all the files are uploaded, I kind of forget about it, and I forget that there's still files on the SD card instead of deleting them. So that's what happened to me again this time. So I set the controller down and was manually deleting some files so I could start this camera again. And I noticed all of a sudden the drone just flew right kind of directly above my head. I thought, well, what's that about? But I finished deleting files, got the camera started, and then picked up the controller, and it said it was disconnected. So I have no idea what happened there. I don't know why it would have disconnected. I don't know what that was about, but we were able to reconnect, and it flew just fine. By that time we were fairly low on battery, so we just went ahead and landed. Now I kind of was wondering what it would do with you know, taking off on the landing pad. Would it find that landing pad again? I know one of the things that Skydio advertises for contractors is that it has its own pad that it can take off and return to autonomously. But it was going to come down not very close. I mean, it was probably, gosh, I'm going to say at least a couple of meters off from the landing pad. But one of the things that I did notice is when I hit that land button, it was coming down very slowly. And so I simply grabbed the battery as it was coming down. You know, I know people have talked about it, but I was, you know, like everybody, I was a little nervous. You got these front blades that are spinning right in front of you, but yeah, this thing is very easy to hand catch, and it descends slow enough that it's reasonable and easy to do. So you know, anybody that's got a little bit of experience is going to be able to hand catch the thing without too much problem. Now, as far as the precision landing, did I do something wrong? I don't know. Could have been. Could be some box I have to check or something. So you know, fairly intuitive app, although we didn't explore a lot of it. I'll have to look through some more of that, and of course in future flights we'll try the beacon, and we'll try flying with just the iPhone. I think that's going to be pretty cool, and I can kind of see with autonomous flight how you could just fly with just your phone differently than other drones. That it might be a pretty reasonable thing to do, as opposed to, you know, any other drone that I've ever tried. Trying to fly with just your mobile device is just insanity. It just doesn't work. But I can see where this one it might be a possibility. But anyway, I would have liked to have tried some, just, you know, flying it into some of the obstacles here and just seeing what kind of a which way it would find its way around whatever that obstacle was. Ironically enough, this is so funny. When I pulled in here, there was nobody in this park, and so you know, I thought this is going to be great. I'm going to, you know, not have to worry about people, and I can keep it fairly low height, and it's not going to bother anybody or anything. I'm not kidding. As soon as I showed up, here come the cars. So now that we've finished our flight, this place has emptied out again. There's not a person here. So anyway, that's just the way it goes. Hey, it's a public park. Everybody has a right to be here. I'm not, you know, I'm just another person here, but I'm just saying that's Murphy's Law. Because if I'd have been here like this when there was nobody here, I would have, you know, tried some other stuff. There's a bunch of stuff I could have walked around here and messed around with, but you know, with people around, you don't want to bother anybody, and it's flying fairly low, so you don't want to bug them. But in any case, I think we still had a good first flight with it, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with this drone. I can't wait to take it out to places like the Snake River. And by the way, the FPV video looked awesome, so I can't wait to see what it looks like off the SD card. Which, while we're at it, I can show you how that works. So this is that magnetic battery that everybody talks about. So I'll just pull it off here so you can see. Just pulls off, and you can see the connectors right there, and they connect right at the top of the drone there. But then the SD card slot is right there. I'm hoping the camera's focused on that, that you can see that. So anyway, just for your own information. So, gosh, slap this on here real quick so I don't have to carry it around. I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And you know, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it, as if you couldn't tell. And hey, you know, we will see you on the next one. Bye now.